How's it going, MoshPit? It's KwandaoRen66 here, bringing you a 4th Gen Standard match, an ancient match, as a matter of fact. This is this guy's first Wi-Fi battle. He was scouting out the metagame prior, not sure if he'd been doing simulators, but he whipped together a team on Sav with an ace card, and I was like, alright, we'll have at it. So it was pretty good, and here it is. So he leads off with an Aerodactyl, I lead with a full offensive Azelf. He's under the impression I'm going to set up rocks, and he goes for the taunt instead as I hit him with a T-Bolt, bring him down to his sash. Would have been nice to get the para, that way he wouldn't have set up the rocks, but he wants them, so that's what he's going to do. He's going to leave it in a die as soon as he sets it up. I go for the Grass Knot because I don't know what else is on his team. He had 1 HP left. He brought in a Swampert or Ground type to predict the T-Bolt. That would have been nice, but he's playing pretty good. So he brings in a Heatran, and I am actually going to go ahead and switch out, predicting the fairly obvious fire move. I quad resist it, which is very nice. Don't get burned. I'm a special Kingdra, so it wouldn't have mattered too much, just would have reduced my survivability. I've also taken the opportunity of speeding up this next portion because this Suicune is a bitch. And I'm going to hit it with an HP Electric, and I'm hoping that it's not the Calm Mining variety. And what does it do after I hit it with an HP Electric? It Calm Mines. So my plan A right here is I want to coax it into going for Rest and get some switch-ins if it does happen to be that set of Suicune, and it does happen to have Rest. So I go for, I think, what was it, like 1 or 2 Draco Meteor or something like that, bring it down, and he goes for the Rest now. So I make a fairly ballsy play here, go for, switch out to Choice Banded Infernape on the Sleep Talk, and he does pull the Surf first. I'm like, fucking shit, god damn it, I can't believe it. So, close combat would have done a nice amount of damage, but I think Vegas just lagged out and sent out my Zapdos twice. But anyways, in comes Zapdos. This is my plan B. I want to see how much T-Bolt will do. And thankfully he's pulling Rest. Only Rest with Sleep Talk, which is very nice. So he wakes up, Rest again. I'm like, god damn it, I'm not in the mood to play this game. You should know that I don't like playing this. So I'm going to go for another T-Bolt, as I may or may not have previously mentioned before. This is max attack, and it's not doing enough with the Suicune being +2. He's got pressure as well, so he can very easily stall me out of T-Bolts before I stall him out of Surfs. Because he can take T-Bolts all day, and I can only take 1 Surf, given that if the rain was up, then it would have taken me out. So, yeah. Thankfully, that next T-Bolt, Hax Gods must have blessed me with max damage on both of those, whatever the case may be. But down goes that, and that's very nice. So in comes Heatran, gonna go for the Dragon Pulse, predicting my Kingdra switch in. Very nice prediction. But I actually end up staying in just to see what move he would lock himself in on. And I'm actually able to take the Dragon Pulse, which is very nice, bring him down to about half health. And that's cool. So I saved my Kingdra by dodging that bullet, and he's just going to go for another Dragon Pulse to take me out. No big deal. Now that the Suicune's gone, it's very much just easy sailing for me, and I can base my next decision without so much pressure, pun somewhat intended. And I bring in Mamoswine to take the Dragon Pulse, since that's the only thing that would want to take it okay, I guess. And he brings in Dragonite on the predicted Earthquake. Fairly obvious move on my part, but maybe he wouldn't have known I was Scarfed, or he wouldn't have suspected it, and he would have stayed in, tried to do some damage to me, but kind of silly. So I bring in Staraptor to get the Intimidate. Turns out he is a Life Orb Dragonite. Not sure if and when he's going to set up, but I cannot handle another setup coming from his team. I've already exhausted a lot of my options. And in comes a Zapdos. I'm like, shit, I can't hit it because my attacks are Brave Bird and Close Combat. So what I want to do is I want to Roost Up right now so I can take a Rock Switch in. And he actually goes for the Sub. So he's faster than me. Not sure what kind of Zapdos he's actually running. It looks like he's running a fast one with Sub, Roost, and actually just Sub and Toxic. I haven't seen Roost, but yeah, sped this up because fairly stally. So I coaxed him earlier to see if he had the Heat Wave, see what kind of set he was, whether or not he was just Sub. But I see Toxic, so he's a more defensive set. And I really just want to get the Sub down, because now that I saw that he was faster than Staraptor, or as fast as Staraptor, and he got the Sub in first. And yeah, so I had to outspeed it, break the Sub. So I bring in Mamoswine now after Kingdra's downed, and I'm going to go for the Stone Edge. Not sure if he saw that coming. I mean, the best he probably could have done was Sub or Toxic or anything of the sort, and then he would have had to get out. But yeah, Scarf Mamoswine's pretty sweet. 2-hit KO Zapdos and doesn't afraid of anything. But he still has a... I'm not sure if I took out the Heatran earlier. But yeah, I know he still has the Dragonite left. He brings in Heatran now. The rain is up, but I still don't want to take a hit. So I go out to Azelf to take it. as fodder because I'm running out of options, and he actually explodes, and I'm like, I am totally okay with that because that was the main thing I was worried about. Didn't know whether or not my Mamoswine would have outsped depending on what nature he's running. But yeah, Azelf was the least useful thing on my team, so I kind of switched it in to die, but he died too, so that's okay. Anyways, he reveals his last one, which happens to be a Breloom. Just going to go for the Ice Shard, get some damage on it, because I know something is going to have to be put to sleep at this rate. And he puts Mamoswine to sleep. I'm okay with that, because I'm thinking I can probably handle Dragonite with Staraptor as long as it's intimidated, and we'll see what happens from there. So he goes for Spore, goes for Focus Punch, and I'm locked into Ice Shard, so I guess that was a smarter thing to do. Didn't want to risk an early wake-up and getting smacked in the face with an Ice Shard. So he didn't want to sub up, and yeah, that works out good for him because Mamoswine's down and whatnot. So in comes my last, which is Staraptor, and rocks are going to take me down to range, whatever. So I go for the sub. Not sure if he saw that coming because he goes for the Spore. Very nice. Means I'm able to dodge that bullet, get a Roost off from behind the sub, get my health back, and basically prepare myself for Staraptor versus Dragonite, which is, you know, this Breloom's as good as dead. So all I got to do is go for a Brave Bird. It's ×4, you know, super effective with stab and whatnot. So it's just a matter of when I kill it off. His Stone Edge misses, which is, you know, the icing on top of the cake. I need to pull this match out from under the rug because it means I have a sub up versus Dragonite, which I'm very much going to need. Unfortunately, because I sacrificed Mamoswine earlier, I get the Intimidate on the Breloom and not the Dragonite, which is like, oh, shit. But he does have a Life Orb Dragonite, so I'm hoping at this point, once he breaks my sub, he'll kill himself off with Life Orb Recoil, because I was thinking that Brave Bird wasn't going to be a 2-hit KO. But looking at the damage, I'm very, very, very grateful that the Stone Edge missed earlier, because this Brave Bird is actually going to be enough to kill, and the sub having it was very nice. So it means I wouldn't have died from recoil at the end and all that. But that is a very, very narrow 1-0, given that that was his first Wi-Fi battle. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and rate, comment, sub, do your thing. Both links in the description if I can find them. And I will see you guys later. Peace.